Hi, this is Cathy for Trans by Deaf, and this week we have a very futuristic question. The question is, trans people in the future, do they or we see an end of the gender binary? I find this an interesting question. This past week I was listening to some young people talk about their experiences with each other, and I realized something. We as a species, Homo sapiens sapien, have a male and a female sex. We have which has been translated by many sociologists into a male and female gender. And if our statistics that we have seen on this channel before are correct, someplace between 94 and 96% of the population is cis and are only attracted to the opposite sex or the opposite gender in our species. That means somewhere between 4 and 6% of our species are either transgender or gay and lesbian, and that's not a very big percent. When you look as our species ages and as new people are brought into our group, into our species, and grow older, we have to go through the same growing curve that our particular generation has gone through. Hopefully that growing curve will not be as intense, and we as transgender, lesbian, and gay in the LGBT community will be given the rights to marry and the same rights as other people have. And I think that's important. But it is also important to realize that this younger generation will have to be educated on our need for rights and our needs to be there. Therefore, I don't see a real true end to the gender binary. I see us having to continue to work with that concept, because the natural thing which people in our society, or 94 to 6% of our society, are living with, is that they are living with the cisgender idea of a male and female, or feminine and masculine, and there is no middle ground in which we are present. The other thought that occurred to me is I got thinking about myself and about a topic that we had a few weeks ago and how it fit in. The topic we had a few weeks ago dealt with transition. And one of the things that I realize is that for us as transgender individuals, it takes us a couple of years to realize that we are living in the wrong body. In my case, it took a whole lot longer than that. And then it takes us some time to decide what we're going to do. When we finally make that decision to transition, that transition period takes from 2 to 5 years, maybe a teeny bit longer. And then we are in the gender we want to be. And the majority of us all of a sudden disappear. And that was a topic we had 2 weeks ago. Why do you disappear? You disappear because you have become the gender you want. And so in a certain case, we are contributing back to the binary gender feelings of the people who have been in the past. We go back into the gender binary. If we transition from male to female, we go into the male side and disappear. If we transition from female to male, we disappear into the male side. And we do not in any way want to be anything else. Our goal that we have in transitioning is to become the gender that we feel. And basically, for the majority of us, that is either male or female, or either feminine, masculine. And so we go and become the gender we desire, and we do as much as we can to alter the sex to be the sex that we desire. we do not continue to contribute to the concept of gender, the gender binary, and breaking it down. Really, the lesbian and the gay community are the ones who this is the most important thing for them, because they are living as either two males or two females together, and a lot of people do not accept that concept in our society. What transition has done to me is, in a certain sense, made me become a lesbian. I am married to a cisgender woman, and that means when we go out, we are very often considered to be two lesbians. And that's been very hard for my wife to take, but it is one of those things that we have had to adjust to in our family. So when I look down the road, I don't see the gender binary going away. I see the gender binary as a fact because of the two sex that we have in our species of male and female. And I don't see us contributing, the majority of us as transgenders, gendered individuals, contributing to breaking that down, because we are only exposed during that short transition period of 2 to 5 years, and most all of us go back into the population as the gender we want, again supporting the bigender nature of our society. So I believe that we will always be struggling with the concept of binary genders and the breakdown or retention. For the gay and lesbian people, that is a very important fact, and for me, since my wife is a cis female, it is an important point to me. But for the rest of the people who transition to the appropriate sex, they disappear into society, and for a certain point, I'm doing the same thing. I disappear and become the woman that I always wanted to be, and I don't want to be clocked as a man. Well, those are my thoughts on the binary gender breakdown in the future. I don't think it's going to occur. I think we're going to have to continue to fight that bigender nature of society, simply because of the male and female sex that we have in our species. Well, thank you for listening to me this week, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye.